done, nicely done. We'll bring him in a little later on. I'm going to grill him on. I'm going to grade him, tell him what he did wrong. No, I'm just kidding. But he is going to come on later on. But first off, and we're going to get right to it because it's a busy day and he's making some time for us. The head coach of Newburyport basketball, Dave Clay, is in the house. Hello, Coach. Long time no see. How you been?
Great. How you been?
Been fantastic. So can you believe it? Another winter season is here. How about that, huh?
Couldn't wait. Yeah.
Where do you guys at? Like first game's right around the corner here. I know you guys have been scrimmaging and everything, but
yeah. So first game's on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yep.
Wow. That's exciting, isn't it? First game. That's
nerve-wracking but exciting.
Nerve-wracking but exciting. I like that. Very good. How's the squad?
They're doing well.
You guys got a lot to live up to. You kind of had quite the program here since you've jumped on. You got a nice little tournament win last year. Ended up getting beat by one of the best teams in the state, really. Yeah. But some expectations have now been set, huh?
Yeah. They've been.
It's a good thing, right?
It is. It is.
What's the you got the McLaren boys there still, which is good. It's not like they can't go to the NBA like in college. So that's always a good feeling for a coach. Those guys are sticking around.
Yep.
How much of a dominant? Kyle's obviously one of probably the best player in the K-Band League.
Who's it?
Casey. Sorry, Casey McLaren. Did I say Kyle McLaren? He's the old Bruins defenseman, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Kyle McLaren. He is. He's the old Bruins defenseman. Casey McLaren, who's we had on here just recently, but he's a dominant for us, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah. What's every team just going to be doubling him? Is that kind of the way you have to stop him?
I think. Due to his brother also being a good player, and we have a number of guards who are good, I think it's going to be hard to just focus in on him.
Yeah.
So I'm planning for teams to double him, but we'll see. But I'm prepared either way. But I'm interested to see how they try to stop him.
How dominant of a force is he? Because have you ever? I'm sure you remember your high school days when you get a player like that. I mean, he's what, 6? He's taller than me, I think. 6'4" or
6'6", I think.
6'6", 6'6" with ball handling skills, and that's kind of tough in high school. Yeah, can shoot, dunk.
Yeah,
that was surprising to me when he dunked there in that state tournament game. I didn't know that. I mean, I guess I could have guessed he's very athletic, but I wasn't expecting the dunk in like the biggest portion of the game to make the whole building erupt. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and that was off of like 2 steps.
It was. Yeah. It all happened very quickly. I said, okay, so that's happening. But he's quite the player. So I mean, you got to be pretty excited about this group, though.
Yeah, I'm thrilled about them. They're not only good basketball players, but honestly, phenomenal people.
That's good to hear.
Students, yeah.
I loved the video that I saw that you posted. I could just picture you going at it in the video room, going over tape. And are you a tape junkie, by the way?
I love watching film. Yeah.
I kind of guessed that about you. Yeah. So you're in there and you posted it on Twitter. If you have a chance to go see it, go check out Coach Clay's Twitter. But and he just you loved how one of your guys had a hustle play, but something simple, ball goes out of bounds and all that. But all 4 of the other guys in the court for you went sprinting after to go help pick him up. That's a cool coach moment, right?
It was awesome. It's I love the fact that the player Nick White was a player, and he made a great pass for a layup to his friend Charlie Kayleen, and then
this is during a scrimmage, scrimmage,
scrimmage yesterday, and then he dives just to tip a ball out of bounds.
Yeah,
just sacrificing himself, and then how the everyone on the court at that time came over to pick him up and get him back on his feet.
It really was cool. Go check that out, folks, if you can on Coach Clay's Twitter. Today, kind of the festivities begin, right? You got Media Day, which you're all you get the Clipper pullover on for. You're ready for what's this, pictures and all that stuff today? Is that the deal?
Yep. Just
everybody has to look pretty.
Team pictures, individual pictures, and senior pictures, all that.
What do you like? You've mentioned in this group as far as the people. You actually like the people, which is always more fun for a coach. There are teams that every coach will never admit to this, but there are teams that you just like more than other teams. That was a really fun group to coach, and I think you're feeling that way about this team. Hopefully, they don't let you down. There's some more expectations now, but you love this group. What makes them so fun to coach?
The effort they're giving every day, their coachability and just how much energy they bring on the court every time they step on, and they're giving it all. They're leaving every game on with their tank on empty, and that's all I can really ask for.
When your guys came in here last time, we talked about you a little bit, and they all you have that a player's coach mentality, I think, which is good. They enjoy playing for you, which is always good for a coach when your players like playing for you. Can you tell when your message is, and maybe on the other side, can you tell when it isn't getting through and maybe another approach is needed? Have you figured that part out? Because these are high school kids you're dealing with, so if the message isn't getting through, that can probably be ugly sometimes.
Yeah, it depends on the player, you know. So sometimes like I care about them all. So if they're not doing what we need them to do, I'm kind of concerned about why is that happening. So we'll have a talk. I don't want to yell and get in their face, and you know they know they're not doing the right thing. So it's like, you know, maybe it could be girl problems, it could be academic problems, it could be
girl problems in high school.
Oh jeez.
That'll happen.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
there's a lot of that.
Oh, you know, there's just like, you know, just, you know, I remember being in high school, and there's, you know,
there's a lot
social
of
problem. You know, everyone they have a ton going on in their lives. You know, maybe their parents are on them about schoolwork and they're having a bad day.
Yeah.
So I try to get to the root of the actual problem and then try to, you know, work around that, and then.
Do you ever find yourself in a really deep conversation that you didn't mean to get into?
Yeah, no, I have.
Yeah,
I have.
really?
And you know, they've been great. I mean, I love all those guys. Like every single one of them. I mean, from all the freshmen in the program and all the way up. So I want them to be happy.
Right.
You know, and I think when they're happy, they're going to perform well too.
And you know, sometimes you have such a different kind of, it's just a different bond with a coach sometimes as opposed to like a teacher. For whatever reason, sometimes you end up becoming a lot closer with coaches, and it probably is an easy outlet for, maybe you don't feel comfortable going to the math teacher to talk about this, but Coach Clay is a guy I can talk to. He'll understand this. It's probably a good outlet for a lot of your kids.
Yeah, I've had some interesting conversations over the years.
We won't ask you to get into any of those, I don't think. But very good. Coaching staff stays the same, or
we mixed it up a little bit actually.
Okay.
So as you know, Coach Surrender, who was my JV coach last year, and one of like my best friends. He's just a great guy. He got the head coaching job at Triton Regional High School.
Oh, yep, I remember that in
like,
the off season. Yes,
thrilled for him, and so we brought in.
You know a little something about that job.
Yeah, a little bit. Then we got Tim Mahan, who is a 7th grade English teacher at the Knock Middle School. So he's our JV coach. And our varsity assistants are Chris Piera, who's also he's a 7th grade social studies teacher at the Knock Middle School, and actually a former teammate of mine who graduated together, and a real good friend in Evan Melanson. We played together all growing up. Lived right down the street from each other growing up.
Really?
And, you know, you always talk to your friends about trying to get them to come on board because you want to work with people you know and you like and you trust, and
makes coming to the gym fun.
it does. You know, and you know, always when it comes down to the paperwork, right?
Yeah.
All of them are like, no, you know what, I'm good. I'm too busy. I have this going on. But he followed through with it, and it's been so much fun.
Cool.
Working with him, and then. Me and Chris go back from when we actually coached together at Triton, and then he had twins. He had to take some time off, and so now he's back, and I'm happy to be back with him too.
Cool, that's good. Seems like you have a good group. I remember we talked a little bit about this last year. I think you had not been running with the guys as much last year. Now that you got some new coaching talent, you've been scrimmaging the kids yet? Have you tried to? No, we're not going down that road, huh?
No,
still no.
No, you know. I like the word about me that they all think I was a good player.
Right. You don't want to.
I don't want to have to then go out there and disappoint them. So I'll let like that take care of it.
I hear you. Very good. How was the off season? Everything good?
It was great.
Excellent. How much do you can't do too much with your guys, right? I mean, there's like certain MIAA rules about that. What actually can you do? You can like talk to them and stuff, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're students too, so I'll you know. Of course, dialogue happens, and I'm in the school, so I'm going to see them in the hallways, and I can't just ignore them. Right? So you know, we lift. So you know, we're in the weight room. The hockey coach and I and the football coach are in there at 6 a.m. and kids will come in and lift, and I'll be able to talk with them then. And then the summer leagues, I feel like a kind of a creep. I just go there and watch. You know? And
that's when you're not supposed to talk to them.
Yeah, no, I can. So I just go there and I watch them, and then all right, that was fun, and I go back home.
Interesting.
And, you know, I'll try to touch base with them and check in on them and see how they're doing. And
do you see the games kind of energy level ups a little bit when coach walks in the building? I'm sure they realize it.
You know, they're all like such fierce competitors, so they just have that. They bring that all the time. So it's nice.
Cool. Very good. Again, we're talking with Coach Dave Clay here. Newburyport Clippers season starts Tuesday. Time, place, opponent, all that stuff?
6:30.
Yep.
And we're playing at Newburyport and playing the Rockport Vikings.
All right. Any what's the early word on Rockport?
I think they're going to be good.
Yeah.
They beat us last year, so.
Yeah. Not too many teams did that last year. What was your final record when it was all said and done?
14-8.
14-8. Nice little year there.
Yeah, it was a fun year.
That's good. So so this year, obviously, expectations high. What's the kid that we don't really know from last year, but that might be an impact player?
Jacob Robertson.
Jacob Robertson. All right. Guard?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're very happy about that. You got a very big smile. Good job, Jacob Robertson. You made your coach very happy here. So was he a ball handler, shooter? What's the deal?
He does it all. He was the kid the player in the St. Mary's game who, was a freshman at the time and was rebounding with 6'8" kids. He dove on the floor for those balls. He just
So he's a sophomore.
Yeah, he's a sophomore this year. He just epitomizes the word hustle and effort and just toughness.
Yeah. Okay.
He's in his work ethic. I mean, he was, and I wish I could have worked with him. So it was tough to just sit there and watch, but it was also gratifying because he'd get in the gym every morning throughout the entire spring. Never missed of course I think 1 or 2 days.
Yeah.
And he'd first make 150 3-pointers, and then he'd go do other mid-range.
That was his own routine. Was he had to make 150?
Make 150
to start the day.
He started off with 100 at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
And then as the months progressed, then he started increasing his volume of shots, so he didn't really hurt his arm or anything. And then over the summer, he was training 3 days a week for 6 weeks from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. in North Andover.
It's like Kyrie Irving here. My goodness.
I mean, he's just So I'm really excited for him to showcase his ability, and he's definitely worked hard for it.
What's the you already got is it going to be like a starting 5 that's pretty standard for you here in these early weeks? You already know who it is?
Man, it's tough.
Yeah, really,
it's tough.
You're still kind of mixing with it, huh?
Yeah. We have we have our own problems going on too, so we got to work through those. But nothing's been set in stone yet, so I'm waiting to see how these next 4 days go with practice. And
your point guard again,
George Coryell.
Yes, well, I loved his game there in the tournament last year. Apparently, he can play some soccer too.
He's very good.
Had quite the tournament there too. I think
he did. He had 2 big goals.
Yeah, we had him on the day before, and there was 8 of the soccer guys in here, and I asked how many goals are in this room because they've been playing a lot of low scoring games, and the answer was 2, both from George.
Yeah,
no, he was their guy, I guess. But yeah, what an athlete, huh?
Not only honestly, the biggest heart.
Really,
he truly cares about people, and he's a tremendous person.
He was another one of those guys. He's actually jumped off the page. I only did a couple of your games last year, but he was the guy that kind of jumped off the page as far as effort too. He was in there rebounding and diving on the floor. I think he even got in foul trouble actually in that tournament game, which I know you had to be a little careful with at the end. But you just it seems like you got a lot of hustle, guys. It's pretty good.
Yeah, George really sets the tone for the whole team.
Yeah,
and we've been talking about that a lot. How when he steps on the court and he brings his energy, it just infectious, and everyone else steps their game up.
Crazy. How what year is George now?
George is a senior this year.
So you got some big time seniors here. This is it's kind of that group for you is kind of you've known these guys for a while, but for you this is kind of that first group that last year maybe did you surprise yourself a little bit last year with the success you guys had, or did you know you kind of had a good little tournament run in you like that?
Yeah, I mean, just from coaching against them, I knew Casey was going to be one of the best, if not the top player in the league.
Yeah.
And then I knew George Coryell's speed, and I knew some of the other guys, but and I knew Parker had played JV the year before, and Ryan Archie had played JV the year before, but I was surprised actually that Parker and Ryan Archie played as well as they did. I expected George and Casey, but
Parker's for those of you who don't know, he's the other McLaren. He's a bigger guy. Well, not bigger because he's
they're both tall, but he's thicker.
He plays more like a big man.
He's very strong.
Yeah, they had another good rebounding game that day too. But he's definitely a different kind of player. Yeah, strong. You're right.
Oh, strong. Yeah.
And I always was asking, what's it like with your brother being one of the top? That can be difficult. You see, he's like the best player in the league. My brother, it can be tough to live up to. But he's very comfortable in his own skin and just kind of plays his own game, and big part of your team. I know that.
Oh, I mean, I won't be surprised. Casey will do what Casey does, but I won't be surprised if there's some games that Parker stands out more sometimes.
Really?
He just
saying
he has
a lot.
A different style. So if they're guard heavy and they're pressuring Casey on the perimeter,
and
they're not that big down low, I wouldn't be surprised if Parker has just as good of a game. I mean, they both work tremendously hard.
Did they work tremendously well together too? Growing up, I can just imagine all the backyard games or driveway games. They must just know what each other's going to do.
They have a relationship that's unlike
Yeah.
I mean, they're brothers.
All the time.
So it's
it is. Is it a close team in general?
You know what? It's kind of a little. It's not as close right now, but I know we're gonna get closer.
Yeah.
It just, I mean,
you have those weird little pockets of.
Yeah. You know, you have people coming off a soccer group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you have Casey and Parker who play like year round.
Yep.
And then I have a freshman on the team, and I have like 3 sophomore football players. It's just like a wide array. So that's probably the biggest difficulty right now is getting them on the same page and gelling.
What about with as far as you probably do rely on your captains quite a bit then, right? Because a coach can really that's the one thing that a coach really doesn't have control over is if the kids genuinely like each other, right?
Yeah, right.
And we're together. Like you can teach a lot of basketball stuff, but if people don't like each other, it's a tough situation for a coach. How reliant are you on the captains to really make sure that they're leaders in that regard?
Big time.
Yeah. And who are the captains?
I haven't announced it yet, but
okay. You want to break some news? No,
we'll break some news. Why not?
You want to? All right.
I'm going to tell them later on today, and I'm sure they're all getting dressed. Hopefully, they're all getting dressed right now for the media day. But Casey McLaren.
Yep. Nice pick.
Yep. George Coryell.
Wow, congrats, George.
Ryan Archie.
Well, very good.
And our fourth is going to be Nico Lavassiere.
Wow, very good. Well, congratulations, boys. There you go. You heard it here first.
Yes,
very good. Maybe they're listening. Who knows? You don't have us on in the locker room all day, do you?
What's up?
You don't have the show on in the locker room all day, do you?
No. We should, though.
Yeah. Do you guys even have TVs in the locker rooms? This is not.
Oh, no.
Just
one day.
We
will.
There you go. You got your tape room, though. That's good. That's important. Right. What did you see? What have you seen on the scrimmage that, what kind of worries you ahead of first game Tuesday night? I know coaches don't care about how good they look. It's only what are our flaws. And what's the Newburyport flaws going into Tuesday?
Mentality.
I thought you were going to say
going into the game.
Mentality? Okay.
Yeah, are we going to step out and be fierce, or are we going to, play up or down to our competition?
So how do you react in game action?
Yeah, I want them to set a standard of excellence for themselves and then play to that level every time and not dependent on who we're playing.
How about the bench? How the bench guys do you? Because that can be important. You saw it last year. I mean, 5 fouls can come quickly, especially depending on the referee in a high school basketball game. You do need some depth. Do you have enough of that?
Yeah, and it's exciting because we have some seniors I have one senior who played JV last year as a junior.
Yep.
And he worked his tail off, and now he's in the mix. We have another senior who played a lot last year. It started at times. And then, we have these 3 sophomores and a freshman who just you just know that they're athletic, they love the game, and their learning curve is only gonna get better.
Yeah.
So I got to do a better job being mindful of that because I think I'm getting on them sometimes like I would a 2-year starter.
Yeah.
And it's definitely unfair to them, but they're working hard and they're receptive to it. So.
And of course, you start at home, which is nice. You get that nice home court advantage at Newburyport, which it really is a home court advantage, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
The student section behind the one of the nets, very impossible to make free throws.
Yep.
If you're an opponent. No, but they do get rowdy, which was cool. I mean, I know I saw some of the bigger games at the end of the year, so granted those were going to be tough environments, but pretty much throughout the year you get a good crowd, don't you?
Yeah, and the crowd's great, but not only that, the way the gym is designed, right?
Yeah.
So it's you got, let's say you have a box, and then within that box you have another box, but it's angled.
I keep hearing about this angle. That's I never noticed that, but I guess I wasn't looking for it. It's
so on one end you want a nice background, right?
Yeah.
So it's glass, and usually the small gyms are shooting gyms because you have that. This background fades at an angle away.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's instead of having a square background, you have a background that just continually gets depending on what side you're on, it could get closer.
Out the back door, you mean? Kind of.
On the very back of the you walk in the main entrance. Of the gym, and then that far wall, it just fades.
Gotcha. This is all I'm going to be looking at next time I walk in that gym, by the way. Your guy said that to me last time, and I said, wait, what? The court? And then, no, not the court. It's just the shooting background. I said, oh, okay, I get that.
Yeah.
And that would annoy me like crazy, by the way. So you must have some opponents that feel that way.
I know it annoyed me for a few years. So
really?
I'm lucky it's our advantage now.
How many times does a guy have a cold night and come over and go, you know what this is?
Yeah. Oh, often.
Often. Even your own guys.
If I was more intelligent, I'd probably run zone the whole time and just make him shoot threes, but I like to play aggressive.
There you go. Any zone defense in your back pocket to try to surprise somebody?
Yeah. We're always trying to.
You always got something?
Yeah.
Good. How's the teaching gig going?
Oh, great.
Good. Yeah, it must be great being in there. It's nice being in the. So many people don't realize how doing the teaching at one school and then coaching at another, because that's a really common thing. Just there's only so few coaching jobs out there. But how nice it must be to be in the school and being able to see your guys and, just kind of, and then get to practice. It's one big happy family, really, right?
It is the best. And just like the school as a whole is. Yeah. I mean, Lexi, she's awesome. I got just a ton of great students who are just like, just great people, and that's all you can.
Lexi Foley, producer, is on a streak of getting shout-outs here on this show for like 3 or 4 weeks straight now. It's very, I don't know what's going on. I think she's paying people. That's great. So Tuesday night is the big night. You guys have media day, so I'm going to let you run here in a moment. Everybody's good. Family's good.
Yeah, everything's great.
Good.
Yeah.
Basketball family, outside family. We will have you back on here as the season goes on. Kyle Hutchins, good. Ready for the winter season? Still enjoying him being the AD over there.
Phenomenal.
I
mean, this guy.
Let's not set the bar too high here.
No. So in all honesty, like he works his tail off, like day in and day out, and he's so detail oriented that it's like it. I'm very similar in that way, that he everything's got to be perfect, and I admire that about him, because it's he has a lot on his plate, and he takes the time to look at the details of everything.
And it takes the time to come in here a good amount too, which we appreciate. I saw you guys get something to live up to. I just saw Coach Means Hockey Guys get a great little article in the newspaper. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Pretty nice, huh? A random mother from Triton saying the high school Clippers, the hockey guys there, were very extremely kind to the young mite kids that were about to go on the ice after them or whatever they were doing in the building, but gave a really nice shout out to check the Newburyport Daily News today. They very nice shout out for the Newburyport Clippers high school hockey team there and Coach Means guys. So it's pretty cool.
It's awesome.
It was great.
You know what? It's cool when those I know Coach Mean. I mean, phenomenal coach.
Yeah.
But it's great to see that they recognize that they're like role models to some kids. Yeah. And that they take the time to do that. It's tremendous about them.
Exactly. You are like me. We both know Coach Mean very well. I do think maybe outside, I think a lot, especially for your young freshmen, I think scary Coach Mean, like he's not exactly the guy that's always going to be openly come up and hug, but he's a good guy.
He's a great guy.
There's not a better guy out there. He's he has that Bill Belichick kind of mantra. I think it's more of a coach act, don't you, of being the scary coach, but just such a great guy. It does not surprise me that his guys would get a write up like that. He ends up getting those guys doing everything well on and off the ice. So you guys spent a lot of time together. You gave him a shout out, I think, last time when you first started, saying he was very helpful for you.
Huge. You know what, like, he may have that reputation. He has those difficult conversations with players and students that a lot of people avoid. Yeah. But he's not. He cares about them so much that he's willing to have that, and he cares about all of his players.
Yeah. In the end, it's where those things are for the betterment of. He does have he's going in the right direction with that stuff. I remember there was one kid he had, and he knew he was not a problem, but just it could be so you had to keep him on the right track. He was like, he's the most talented kid in the world. He goes, and I just love him. He gets into trouble sometimes, but I can't help but love him. And I was like, that's the kind of guy he is. So there you go. He is. Final thoughts here. Tell people to come out Tuesday night for Newburyport basketball, and probably tell them what you're going to see if you're going to watch Newburyport Clippers game this year.
And you're going to see a lot of kids getting on the floor for loose balls. You're going to see a lot of energy, just defense all the time. But we need your energy in that gym to help propel us into a whole new level that I don't even think we know we have yet.
There you go. I'm going to get a suit fitting after this. You want to come and you can get the whole Jay Wright thing going? You're going to be the best dressed coach in the league?
I am. Yeah, are you paying? Let's go.
I mean, I'm not even paying today. I think it's a Christmas gift coming my way, if you know what I mean. But yeah, well, Coach, appreciate it. Coach Dave Clay, Newburyport Clippers, we always appreciate the time. He actually took some time today out of Media Day to come join us today. So I'm going to let him get back to that. We'll come back and finish up strong here. Joppa Afternoon Drive. Coach, pleasure. We'll have you back on here as the season gets rolling, all right?
Looking forward to it.
All right.
Thank you.
We will be right back. Much more Afternoon Drive in just a moment. Keep it here. All right, welcome back to Afternoon Drive here on Joppa Radio. Hope you're all having a good day out there. It is Thursday already. The week really flies by here as far as shows go when you only do one show. Again, thank you to Tyler Neufeld for helping out Tuesday. We're going to bring him in here in just one second. Few things going on. I was just reading the Red Sox today signed Nathan Eovaldi, the little folk hero this year from the Red Sox World Series run. The guy that ironically pitched that, like his best outing was he had a few great outings, but the one that everybody's going to remember is that one in the one game of the World Series the Red Sox actually lost, that crazy extra innings game, and he just kept pitching and pitching and pitching, and nobody could score on him. Just an unbelievably gutsy effort. I actually remember Alex Cora, the manager, talking about how there were guys, grown men, literally crying in the locker room about how hard he was working and how hard it was to see him lose that game. And he said, it's amazing. We lost, and it was like kind of a low night, and we all left so uplifted because everybody was like, this is guys doing that for their team. This is a group that's going to win the World Series. And so that was after the one game they lost to the World Series too. So Nathan Eovaldi getting a crazy deal, by the way. It's like 4 years, like $17 million. This is a guy that was getting $2 million over the last few years. I know $2 million seems like a lot in the real world, and it certainly is a lot in the real world, but he hit it big just with this postseason performance. So congratulations to Nathan Eovaldi. He has just received a life-changing contract today, and you, my friend, are a multi-millionaire. And a really hero in Boston. People just love him just because they love guys like that who just don't really say too much. They just go out there, they work hard, and have success. Success for the Yankees helps, and success in the World Series helps. So good stuff there. George H.W. Bush laid to rest today. The private funeral was today in Houston, Texas. Seemed like a very nice ceremony after yesterday's funeral in Washington, D.C. Very nice. The George W. Bush speech. This has nothing to do with politics, so don't be too worried here as I start talking. But I just thought the George W. speech was just fantastic yesterday. I think everybody was thinking about their own dads. That tends to be how those things happen when those speeches are given. But just a really humanizing speech, and just I thought it was a great job by George W. Bush about his father yesterday. A great dose of humor, and just remembering a man who, by all accounts, was a good man. Again, you might not have appreciated a lot of the politics, but pretty much everybody you talk to in political circles says you can say what you want about George H.W. Bush, but one thing you can't say about him was he was a bad guy. He was a gentleman, and all the world leaders seem to say that too, the ones that he worked with. So final funeral today for George H.W. Bush. The service wrapped up a little while ago, and now he's taking a train to his final resting place. There's a historical, we won't get into that, but this historical train that's taking him to Texas A&M, which is where he will be laid to rest next to his wife, former First Lady Barbara Bush. So that going on in Texas. It's been an emotional week on that front. Whenever the country loses a former president, you just kind of see more stuff too out there. I was noticing a lot of American flags on the highway the other day, and who knows? You never know what these stories are. Maybe these guys always have American flags on the back of their pickup trucks, but it does seem like when the nation loses a president or something happens to the country, whether it be positive or negative, you just see more of that patriotism come out. So that is always kind of a cool thing to see. In Woburn today, what the heck happened in Woburn? Woburn Middle School, the Kennedy Middle School in Woburn, there was a stabbing, a sixth grader on sixth grader stabbing. It seems like the kid's okay. The students that were walking out, parents were driving quickly to the school and pulling their kids out. But a sixth grader, I guess, in another fight with a sixth grader. Other middle school students were talking about it. They said it was a fight. They're not really sure what was going on, but then police were called for what was a reported stabbing. I don't know how that happens in a sixth grade classroom, but I don't know. Luckily, it seems like everybody's going to be okay on that front. But a bit of a dramatic day on the news front there. Things got busy today in the news world, so that is that. Bruins Celtics in action tonight. Patriots in Miami over the weekend, and that's a tough place. I was just reading the Patriots have lost like 4 out of the last 5 times in Miami. Not too many places they've struggled like that. I guess I don't know, that Miami Heat, or I don't know. Hopefully it's not going out the night before at Miami Beach. I don't know. But anyways, a man who knows a little bit something about going out. He's a musician. Tyler Neufield's in the house. Hello, Tyler. How are you?
Good. Caught me off guard.
We're here. Thank you again for filling in on Tuesday. You did a great job. I was watching you. I was out of state, but I was watching you. I actually tweeted. That's kind of a surreal experience, watching your own show. It had my name underneath too, and there you are. It was very strange.
Yeah. Oh, well,
you did a great job, though.
Thank you for letting me take over. I tried to thank you in the beginning, but I was a bit nervous, and I think I forgot at the end.
You screwed up the thank you?
I think I thanked you, but it was kind of a. I went on I don't know if you saw the intro.
It's funny. I was like 2 minutes late. I was trying to load the YouTube.
Well, the intro was the worst bit. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
I went on a 2-minute tangent about a guitar that George H.W. Bush played at his inauguration. So
oh, really?
It was a bad tangent.
Is there a Spark Notes version of that, or is it?
No,
there's
no.
No,
it was just a ramble. It was bad. You don't want it.
I don't want it. Okay, very good. Well, that was good. Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, you had a cool guest on.
Yeah, Jack or John Brady, if you're looking for his books.
Yeah.
Great guest. Very knowledgeable.
You did it all too. I had nothing to do with getting the guest. This was you did the producing and the on air part of it, which is good.
Yeah, I wanted to do it all.
They're doing it all. That's what I tell my wife when I've done like the taking the trash out and done the dishes and the laundry. Like that's my doing it all day.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no. So you had fun. That's good. You seemed. When I tuned in, you were comfortable. I think you got the first 2 minutes out of your way, maybe. But
well, the very, excuse me. I've been eating eggs, and eggs make me
Thank you for sharing that. Yes.
Sorry. Great. Yeah. Eggs are great. Anyways, the beginning of
rolling pen.
The beginning. So I did an opening,
yep.
And then I had Jack come in, and I think I opened up with "I'm floundering,"
like the fish,
and then it went well after that. But
good. That
opening was pretty poor.
Yeah. Well, you're always hard on yourself after your first show, of course. But no, it's fun. I'm glad you were able to jump in. And what was the hardest part? Was it the actual interviewing of the guest, or was that the easy part? What'd you think?
It probably was the interviewing. I mean, it was fun. It was easy to. I mean, the big thing is you have to, listen.
Yeah,
which is easy. Like
that's actually an understated. There are a lot of people who don't listen.
That's what he was saying, because he's done. He does he did interviews himself, and he's been interviewed for other things in the past. And he was saying a lot of people don't listen.
Yeah,
but I thought that was the easiest thing.
Well, it's easy to think about you always want to have a question prepared, so it's easy to always think about the next question. But that's the key. If you got to stay in tune with the conversation.
Exactly. I guess that was the hardest bit. Was I'd listen, and then I'd be like, oh, where do I take the conversation next?
Yeah,
but it's better to listen to the guest.
That's easier over time too. You get to more comfortable and all that sort of stuff. Learn some tricks. Yeah. Some stall tricks if you ever stuck.
Tricks the trade.
Tricks the trade. I know you're doing your own thing. Did you hear Coach Dave Clay at all?
A little bit. I was in the audio control room just making sure the levels were good.
Oh, there you go. See, I got all people working on this show everywhere. Yeah. It's different rooms. He is the Newburyport basketball coach, of course, and they start up Tuesday night, winter sports season. That means like the holidays are around the corner. Yeah. Did you do your shopping yet?
No, I was going to do it this weekend in New York, but no, I'm not going to New York.
Oh, so no. Did you have a canceled gig? Tyler, remember, has the band?
Yeah, everything's canceled.
Really? So you did have a gig and it got canceled? I just guessed that?
I guess the more appropriate statement would be it fell through.
Oh, okay.
So we went to a venue and we said, hey, we would love to play.
Yep.
We know there's a band called, I think they're Boot, who've played, at your venue before, and they want to play again, and we'd like to play with them, and we've talked to them about it. It's great. Yeah. I said, awesome. Here's a few dates. And we took a little while to get back to them, but we got back to them, probably 3-4 weeks ago, which is enough time. Yeah. And then they never responded, and we kept emailing them. Yeah. And they didn't get back. So
some of those club owners can be slow on the emails, right?
Yeah, I mean they've got a lot of things going on. Also, we were looking at their website, and they don't have anything posted for December, so they might have internal issues right now.
Yeah. Sometimes, some places will just decide to bail on bands, too. That happens a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be too harsh on them right now, though. But, they have nothing posted for this month. So there's probably something going on behind the scene.
What's that? Is it, you guys are all, what's the age ranges in your band?
Well, the oldest person is 23, just turned 23 in September. Youngest person is 21. But
so you're all about the same age.
Yeah, we're all. So 4 of us are all the same age. We're all like 22, 23, and then one kid is a year younger.
I know it's tough with you being from here and a lot of the guys from New York, but is there this feeling within the group of just play as many gigs as you can?
Yeah, we play as
musicians are always yawning.
I'm tired. Caleb was here earlier, actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we were filming tutorials so that if you want to check out equipment later on.
Caleb Noble, yes.
Of Saintly Cider. He's doing a tasting at 4:30.
Where?
Hamilton.
Oh.
In a general store, I think.
Oh.
So.
You going? You weren't planning on it?
I got to work here. I got a job.
I'm working, man.
Yeah, maybe another time. But
I've gone to one of his. Actually, the first time that I had him on the show, he was doing something over at the Thirsty Whale.
At the Whale.
The Whale, yes.
What happened to the old sign?
I don't know. I didn't know there was a new sign.
There's a new sign.
There's a new sign?
Yeah.
How new?
A couple years.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah. I don't think I would have noticed that or remembered it. But he went over to the Thirsty Whale, and he had a great little turnout. People, it was packed. I don't know how much of it was just general Thursday afternoon Thirsty Whale attendance, or how many he brought in. But either way, it was a good thing for him. I know that.
I mean, the Whale is a watering hole, but it
does seem to be busy quite often.
It does. It's a local haunt for a lot of people, and I'm trying to, I like it.
I think I was sitting with I think I was in the. I remember. You know what I think it was? I think we had a show. We had him on the show, and I think I went right over. So it was definitely afternoon. Mm-hmm. But I think a lot of the like at least 1 or 2 fishing boats, I think, had just got off the water. Maybe.
Yeah.
I was definitely sitting with fishermen, and I was looking around. I was like surrounded by fishermen at the bar, and then I think they all knew that I was not one of the fishermen. But we all got along by the time the night was over. Yeah, they all tried the Saintly Cider as well too. So good job, Caleb. He's a good guy.
He is.
Good radio guest too.
He is. He's very good. We were just doing like I said, tutorials and stuff, and he was very patient earlier because he was on camera.
Yeah.
And I was being a bit of a perfectionist, and I was like, we got to do that again. You flubbed there.
Doing that annoying thing.
Yeah.
I haven't really caught that perfectionist side of you yet. I don't mean that in a bad way, but I mean it hasn't been annoying yet.
Well, it comes out.
Comes out on the TV side more?
Yeah, well, it's harder with this because you'll see me making adjustments.
Wait, I did see it because Lexi and I started to maybe put the shades up, and you ran into the studio in half a second and said, "What are you doing? The lighting's perfect."
It's not perfect, but it's as good as it's going to get.
That is very good. Perfect. So holiday shopping this weekend for you. Who do you shop for?
The family.
Just the immediate family?
And a bit extended.
Yeah.
I don't know like what you call a little bit after.
I do mom, dad, sister, wife.
Yeah, don't forget.
Wife. And I do, we do on her family, we do one person and like one big gift for one person. So you don't buy for anybody else, just the one person, but it's like a good gift.
For one person, for her side of the family?
For her side, yeah.
Is it different every year? Or is it the same?
It is out of a hat. And it's not like it's not like a whatever that is where you surprise the people. It's who your person is, and that's just who you got. I got my sister-in-law, which I am definitely doing this. This has been a point of contention between my wife and I. We went shopping this weekend, my wife and I, just to do some parents and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And I want to do my sister-in-law's gift by myself. I would like to. It's my project. Gonna be cool.
Okay.
I have my. See
if you know her well enough.
I definitely know her well enough. But as my wife said, she's gonna be difficult to shop for. It's just we're 4 girls. You haven't lived with the 4 girls like I have. And I said, oh, okay, but I think I got her. I'm good. It's gonna be fine.
Does
Trust
she have
me.
3 sisters?
3 sisters, yeah, 4 girls. So I get now 3 sisters, 4 sisters, including my own. But so I'm going to get her this. I'm going to get her a gift. It's going to be great. I told my wife this, and she said, "You still have to put it through by me for approval." So she's not completely letting me go on my own, but I'm on my own pretty much for the moment.
Okay, well,
which I'm happy about.
That's good. So it's not just you and your wife just decide one person gets a gift. It's everyone in her family.
Like my wife had to pick a name. She's got an uncle.
And like her sisters had to pick out a name.
Yep. Somebody has me. I don't actually know who it is.
So it's kind of like a Secret Santa.
Kinda, but like they talk about it though. They know. They know. She knows that I have her. I think.
Open kind of secret. Santa.
But then again, I don't know who has me, so it's a good point. I guess it is kind of secret. I could figure it out if I asked around.
That's good. I thought you were trying to say that like just you and your wife. You're like, we get one person a gift.
No,
that's it.
Yes, this is our new thing. We pick somebody randomly. We didn't really want to do much shopping, so
cutting back.
That would be good. Tyler Neufeld joining us here. He's coming off his Tuesday show. Again, a big thanks to Coach Dave Clay for joining us to Media Day over there at Newburyport. Hopefully that is all going well. They do the pictures and all that. They really make a big deal of this. Was that a big deal when you were there?
Picture Day?
Like Media Day is what they call it now. Interviews, they bring the newspaper people in.
No.
We could go over there and do interviews, but instead we make them come to us, which
that would make. Well, I did cross country and track, and
they would be on it.
They weren't in the day.
That's what I mean. I think it's different now.
Yeah, I mean, even with the football kids, I don't think they did. I don't think they had the paper.
Wasn't a big deal like that.
Well, they made it a big deal in the school, but they didn't have the paper anyone come.
They got the photographers in now from out.
I mean, it's nice that they're doing it.
Yeah,
but I don't think we had that.
Lexi, you're a little younger. Did you do no Media Day for you?
No Media Day.
Interesting. So this might be a Kyle thing then. Kyle Hodgson got to put this in place.
Yeah, no, I think it's a nice idea.
It is a good idea.
Give him a little spotlight because sometimes they do a lot of things. For example, the boys cross country.
Yep.
Won all states recently. As people know.
That Sam Aquaviva kid that we've talked about before.
Yeah, very fast.
Very fast man.
Very quick.
Very quick young man.
But yeah, I think they got a thing in the paper, and they were at least honored at the city council meeting, which I thought was very nice.
Oh, they did do that.
They brought in as many of the boys cross country team as they could.
Were you covering that? Were you at the?
Yeah, I saw Coach Henniger there. Okay. Yep. Well, he didn't see me, but I saw him through the lens.
Yes, through the lens.
Through the lens. Great job, Coach Henniger. Great man. But they congratulated him and the whole team, or everyone that was there, because they got the dates wrong.
I don't think we've talked about that on. They got the dates wrong.
They got the dates wrong a little bit, is what he said. So he said the whole team is in here because we kind of screwed up the dates.
Oh,
or I forget if he did, or if someone in the city.
We'll just call it a miscommunication.
There was a miscommunication. But there was a lot of people. There was like 20 or 30 of them.
I don't think we've actually talked about this on the air before. You do all those city council meetings, and there's no secret that some of those can be pretty dry. It's not always going to be topics that you're interested in, but they are important.
They are.
What do you take out of those?
I think my biggest takeaway is that there's a lot happening, and it's not. Sometimes I feel like I'll be the first to admit, when I was younger, I didn't care about city council or anything.
Yeah,
I had no interest.
5-year-old Tyler didn't.
5-year-old Tyler, just wanted to play with his trains. But 22-year-old Tyler does care.
Yeah, and
you see people come out for certain issues. Like the big one is the pot shops. People come out in droves for those, for like that saying I want hot topic. But my point, I'm not going to talk about that because, oh God, that's just not for here.
Because, oh God, okay,
too much. But my point is, there are other topics that come up that are just equally as important.
Yeah.
That people don't come out for, and the counselors put in a lot of effort, and they understand exactly what they're talking about, and sometimes, they'll make they'll discuss among themselves, and they're waiting for public comment, and there's no. It's not like right now. So say, you and me, for example, would be like. We'd be talking about something. We said public comment. Lexi, this is not how that works. The public comment's at the beginning.
Yep.
I'm rambling. But my point is...
Rambling's good. It's fine.
It's good. Point is, there's a lot that goes on, and there's a lot of issues that I didn't even know were happening.
Yeah.
And it's just very informative.
Yeah.
And you also see how much the counselors actually care.
Yep.
Which is a lot, actually. It's quite a bit. They have like stacks of paper. And even some of them, like Counselor Zede, I think, has a laptop, and even with his laptop trying to cut down a paper, he still has like some stacks of paper.
Really?
So they read a lot, and they go to different facilities, like they go down to the waste treatment because of all the sewage overflow that's been happening in the Merrimack.
Yep.
They go out there and they respond to emails and calls.
Well, good for you.
Good for them.
Good for them, but good for you for taking that out of it. That's good. let's keep that in mind, folks, next time you're watching one of those city council meetings. How much work these people put in. And Tyler behind the
I just try to make sure I get them in shot.
That's true. Did you catch that line I said? Remember we had the when were we talking photography? We had the one of the teachers on from Newburyport, Lexi, art teacher, Newburyport. McConey.
She was there when I was there.
She was? Yeah. Oh yeah, you weren't here that day. They were great, and they had the art auction. Hopefully that went well. By the way, the art auction there was that a week or two ago? I think it was last week. But we were talking about photography because she does a lot of photography teaching classes, and I had told her a line that she said I like that line, and it's not my line, but I it was an old sports photographer, and I just always stuck with me that if I watch the play or watch whatever's happening with my own eyes and see it with my own eyes, I've missed the shot, which I thought was kind of an interesting line. He wants to see it through the lens. If he doesn't see it through the lens, that means he wasn't paying attention or just missed it, whatever. But he misses the shot if it's not seen through the lens. Interesting, huh?
And yeah, I can kind of, I mean, you're framing things. I'm taking a different thing, but I'll run with it.
Yeah, it's different.
But there's a lot to be said about what you do frame in a shot and what you don't frame in a shot.
Yeah.
It's like the negative space. Well, it's not even in the shot, so it's not even negative space. But the same thing with music. The things you choose not to play are as equally as important as the things you choose to play.
Ooh, let's talk more about that.
Yeah,
the things you choose not to play. Well, from a man in a band. Go more on that, please.
Well, it's first the really obvious things to say, like you're playing like an A chord, and you're like, oh, well, this song's in the key of A, and I want to play in key. I'm not going to play. Let me think here. Like say we're in the major key. You're not going to play an A sharp because it's not in. Oh, yeah, it's not in A major.
Okay.
You could play it, but my whole point is it's not going to fit. But also you have empty spaces too, where you don't have to play every beat. You know, add a little funk to it, add a little
room to explore.
Yeah, emptiness isn't a bad thing.
Right. Do you guys have a jam band aspect to you? Is there a little jam bandy?
I'm trying to push for that.
You're trying to put that's a topic of conversation.
Well, because that's the fun bit. Yeah. Not that it isn't all fun, but sometimes it's nice to just step back and
go be wild. A little looser.
Yeah, the only thing we've ever jammed on as a band is I mean, you know Pink Floyd, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you know their first album, Piper at the Gates of Dawn?
Yeah.
And the song Interstellar Overdrive?
Yeah.
I love that song.
That song makes me smile.
That's one of my favorite songs, and we will play like the main riff and then riff on that, but I don't think they like it that much.
No, well, there you go. It is would you? I don't want to put pressure on you. Would you consider this to be your first band? You guys probably the odds of you guys growing old together as a group are very, very low. Oh no, that's not. Oh, well, I was in a band in high school as well. So it's there you go. See, they're already gone.
Well, no, I got actually this weekend. I got together with one of my old bandmates.
Yeah.
And we were recording in his basement.
Oh, it must be fun.
It was good. Borrowed 3 mics from here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah, for letting me check out 3 Shure SM57s and some XLR cables and some mic stands. And we use that to kind of get mic a guitar amp and drum kit. Not really good to mic a whole drum kit with 2 SM57s, by the way.
Okay.
But, you know, you do what you can do.
Sure.
And, yeah, we just recorded a little bit, and it was fun.
Anything going to make the Billboard charts here?
No. But it was like a lot of sketches. It's kind
Gotcha. All right. Well, Tyler Neufeld, thank you. Is there any chance I can get you and Lexi to switch sheets for 1 second?
Yeah.
Because you take over producing, because I want to ask, we need to bring something up with Lexi here. If you, I didn't even tell her I was going to do this, so I'm putting the pressure on her. Come on over, Lexi. You guys are switching. Yep. The point I'm about to make here is we're in a streak, Tyler, of like 4 weeks in a row where Lexi has got shout-outs from like former like teachers or people that know her, and like all these people that are giving Lexi random shout-outs, not prompted, on the show. On the show, yeah. So explain yourself, Lexi. You just an all-around nice person to everybody, or what's the deal here?
I mean, I try.
Your shirt says broken promises.
It does seem, I mean, minus the shirt. I try. Somebody hates me. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that do.
No. But it's jumped out at me though. There's a lot of people that like the Lexi.
I got a lot of compliments today in general. I don't know if it's specifically today that I'm just a really nice person.
How many compliments did you get today, Tyler? Yeah, see, not many. I
got scolded yesterday.
You got yelled at. There you go. But yeah.
Yeah, today was pretty decent. A lot of compliments.
Good. Holiday shopping. Tyler's doing it this weekend. You done yet?
No, I'm doing it this weekend.
This weekend too. You guys going together?
No, but we can.
That's funny. What's the who do you shop for?
Like myself, my friends.
Yourself. That's very.
My friends.
Yeah.
My parents sometimes.
Friends.
I have some of those. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Christmas gift friends.
I do. Yeah. Super close with some of them. So.
Really?
Yeah. Like I've known them since I was like super little, so we're like siblings at this point. So, I'll buy presents for them, and then like buying my mom a plant. She really wants like this spider monkey plant, and I'm like trying to find that one.
I do not know plants. What is a spider monkey plant?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know anything about plants.
You're gonna ask the florist.
I am going to ask the florist.
Where do you go?
I don't know.
You don't
Never
know?
bought plants before, so.
Okay. Flowers? You gotta go
Is
bought
it a
flowers?
flower?
Yeah, flowers. Same thing, right?
Yeah, I'll try it.
I mean, I'm sure they're not
Like
the
I've
same
grown
thing.
things from seeds, but I haven't like went out.
What have you grown from seeds?
Tomatoes and like I grew
Really?
a lot of vegetables too.
Like you could actually eat them?
Yeah,
And you've actually had them?
I have.
Give them to neighbors?
I do. Yeah, we had too many tomatoes one year, so we just put them in black trash bags and like brought them over to our neighbors.
Wow. Just a hobby of yours?
I have a lot of free time. In the
So you said, let's figure out how to grow things?
Yep.
That's good. My next door neighbor, that's actually one of the things that he's since passed away, but I remember he always used to garden, and he would always make too many tomatoes, and he would just bring tomatoes over to our house. And I don't even know if we really did anything with them, because like I don't recall having too many like tomato-based meals, really.
We would just eat them. Like we had little cherry.
Like an apple? Like,
yeah.
like bite into a tomato?
They're like little cherry tomatoes, so we like grow the big ones and we grow the little ones too.
Oh, okay.
So the little ones we'll just eat. The big ones, like they're there.
Gotcha. Okay. I feel like we might have made like pasta sauce maybe with ours.
Yeah, we're not creative like that.
That's not too creative, right? I didn't do it, but I think my mother may have back in the day. All right. What is the Christmas like hot gift this year for the? How old are you again?
18.
18. What's the 18-year-old hot gift for like you? What are you getting your friends?
Probably gift cards.
Gift cards, yeah.
So they can buy themselves things.
That is going to be a hot gift no matter what age you are, I think. It's the good one last minute thing at CVS if you've forgotten somebody.
Yeah.
Do you do any grabs or anything or any like Secret Santas or any of that stuff?
No, I avoid Secret Santas. Those stress me out.
How do you avoid them?
I avoid them very much. I hate Secret Santas because I'm like, what if I buy them something that they like absolutely hate? Then they're gonna have to stand there after and be like, oh, I love it.
Well, wait, is the Secret Santa the one where you know who you're buying for?
But they don't.
Oh, okay. So I'm actually mixing that. I was actually thinking like the what do you call the ones where like you just kind of do a number, like 1 through 20, and you guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah, Yankee Swap. That's
Swap?
what it is. That's what it is. Okay. And like, if you get the first number, you're in great shape because you get the last choice of anything and you switch and it's kind of fun. We do that. We do a $20 Yankee Swap in my family.
I don't like any of those.
You don't like those? Have you ever done one? Do you know?
I have done them.
Okay. And you had a bad experience.
With my grandmother.
You went with your grandmother?
I got my grandmother because we tried doing it one year and I had her and she in a container put like rocks in it.
This was for a Secret Santa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like put an envelope inside it, so I thought I had this big thing. And she's like, shake it, and I could hear it shaking. I'm like, I've already broken it. And it was just rocks. I just got rocks in a container.
Ooh.
A little card. I was like, this is
No, not a gift card.
It's just a card.
See, because that's the I've had a gift like that before, but it's like it was concealed as not cool.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was like kind of cool inside. And then it was like I think it was like concert tickets inside. It wasn't rocks, but it was like I don't know. I think it was a pair of gloves, and I was like, they're not the best gloves. I definitely didn't get a good break on this particular Secret Santa. But then there were like concert tickets inside, and I was like, well, that's cool.
Yeah, concerts are fun.
Yes, I'm going to one tomorrow.
Really? Which
I am.
concert?
I'm scared about this actually with you because this is the last time I did this with people your age. It was like the wallflowers. Nobody knew who they were. I'm going to see Dave Matthews tomorrow night at the Boston Garden.
I know who Dave Matthews is. I like him. He's good.
Oh, there you go. That makes me feel good. He's fantastic. Tyler, fan? No.
My mom plays Dave Matthews.
Your mom plays Dave Matthews. That's kind of the answer I was scared of, yeah. All right. Well, that's a good note to end on for the day, I think. I will enjoy the show tomorrow. I'll send Tyler a video so he can realize that he'd probably really like it, especially if he likes jam bands. Yeah? Yeah. He doesn't seem interested. Thank you again to Coach Dave Clay, Newburyport Basketball. Always a pleasure to have him on. We'll have him on more during the year. He's a big fan of the show. Big friend of the show. Maybe he's a big fan of the show, too. Hopefully it's both. Big thanks to these two, Lexi Foley, Tyler Neufeld. Again, Tyler, thank you so very much for doing the show on Tuesday. I appreciate it. Great job. I feel very confident next time I have to leave the state, leaving the show in your hands. And David Kramer on the TV side, who I don't think is ever going to come on the radio again. After the I see him in the distance through the glass here. I don't think he's ever going to come on again after the last time we had him on, and he didn't want to answer questions. But thank you, David. Great job on the TV side. My name is Drew Moholland. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll be back here same time, same place next week. We get at least one music show next week, which I'm pretty excited about. I think it might even be completely booked for next week. So. Should be exciting. We'll take a look at that. And but yeah, should be a fun week of shows. And Tuesday, Thursday, same time, same place next week. Yeah, have a good weekend. Be safe. Enjoy your holiday shopping. If you're doing what the producers here are doing, go shop well and have fun. Be safe out there. My name is Drew Mahal, and this has been Afternoon Drive on Joppa Radio.